The art of branding and marketing at a time when major labels in much of the world still had minimal belief in hip hop as an art form, and long before the internet or any social media. Hurby was born in Haiti and raised in East Elmhurst, Queens, where, like many in hip hop, he started as a b-boy. Before the world christened it breakdancing, he was a b-boy. He was raised on the live tape recordings of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, the Treacherous Three, the Fantastic Five, the Cold Crush, and other legendary first-generation rap crews we often heard in the OJ car services that he would take to the Bronx just to hear that music. Hurby would also try his hand at DJing and MCing. As a member of Kid Flash and the Super 7, and later the Super Love and 3, Hurby played an integral role in early Queens hip-hop history, and would soon launch his own label, Quasar, which was a play on his last name, Azar. Quasar Records will release music from Quicksilver to Super Lovers, Futuristic, and a group called Supernature. Supernature's debut single, The Showstopper, an answer to the show by Dougie Fresh and Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, would not only become a hit, it would introduce the world to an act that would later be known as Salt and Pepper. That's right, give it up for Salt and Pepper as well. Long before the Puffies, Jermaine Dupri's, and other mogul/producers had management companies and labels with successful artist rosters, Hurby Luvbug, the super producer, brought us Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play, Dana Dane, Sweet Tea, Kwame, and Antoinette. His time spent at Howard University with Ron Lawrence would expose him to go-go, which we incorporate into most of his productions. Because Hurby played a behind-the-scenes role and avoided the spotlight, he came up at a time before the producers shared the spotlight with the artists. Hurby's name and accomplishments are criminally underrated and underrepresented in the history of hip-hop. Again, this is the template for the artist, for the mogul/producer. And I want you to give it up again for the great Hurby Luvbug, the super producer.
Hurby Luvbug, the super producer. Hurby Luvbug, the super producer. Hurby Luvbug, the super producer. Who produced this album? And it's coming out to you. Yes, it's finished. To you, you, and you. Y'all will love it. Yeah. And a special dedication to the Kango crew for music and art. It's Hurby Luvbug, the super producer. Hurby Luvbug, the super producer. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Y'all heard, take it from the top. 1, 2, my mic sound nice.
One, two, my mic sounds nice. As a producer, you know we don't normally come out in the front, so I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm just gonna try to say the most important things to me, and that will be the music that inspired me. It came from Grandmaster Flash, the Furious Five, the Cold Crush, CeeLo Rock, Treacherous 3, the Funky 4 plus one more. I remember seeing him with Sha Rock at the Reese Center. I was like, wow. You know, this is what I wanted to do. I still have to say thank you to all the pioneers. And the new people don't know them. When you listen to a Cold Crush tape, no other MCs can deal with us because we are the four known as the Cold Crush. Oh my God. I don't know where Kaz is, but yo, those were inspiring days. When you heard Melly Mel, you know, when you listen to, back then he used to be called Mr. Ness, that Scorpio. You know, he was to me like the king of the echo. I had to get Echo King to hear Mr. Ness, to be like Mr. Ness. But this is where the music came from. Those were the pioneers. And I want to say thank you to them. Thank you to you. to do that. I have a lot of people to thank, and I'll probably forget a whole bunch of them, because I'm getting old, as we all will. I want to thank all the groups that's with Idol Makers. We're going to start with Salt and Pepper, Spinderella, Kid and Play, Dana, Dane, Sweet Tea, The Boy Genius, Kwame, Antoinette, and at one time we also had Joski Love. Some of the producers that worked with Idol Makers, Ron Lawrence, they became known as the Invincibles. Dana Dumb, Mosey, not dumb, but he knows what it means. The Kango Crew, Andre DeBorg, well, Andre gets a special thank you. Andre was the engineer of engineers. We were creating music. We were doing things that, with a sampler that wasn't done. We were taking, what was that, SBX 80, syncing it with to do MIDI, whatever. It was too complicated, but Dre figured it out. And when I couldn't loop a record, I needed a tempo, a click. Not to get too technical, but this is what he had to do. And he had to deal with that, because I come up with an idea, and Dre, you have to make it work. Kid, Play, remember Do This My Way? Yes. So we take this record apart, and literally took it apart. I was looking for this one beat. I had to get it. Dre was like, oh, it's got this, it's got that. We'll figure it out. We made it happen. But that was thanks to Dre. And I want to say, give him a round of applause.
Dre, where you at, Dre? People want to see what you look like. Everybody's like, okay, no, he's over there. There he goes. He's waving.
Yeah, I didn't forget you, Dre, man. I don't talk a lot. But you're in my heart. Then we get down to the management of Idol Makers. You see, I was a producer, yeah. Brought them all together, yeah. But I wasn't managing. I couldn't do it. And all these guys they needed management. They wanted to be down with somebody they trusted. And that's when somebody like JP, who's over there somewhere. Where's Darryl? There goes Darryl Brooks and his partner Carol Kirkendall, who came in and just took the weight off my back. I couldn't deal with Salt and Pepper was blowing up, Kid Play was doing movies. I was so, what was that? Girls, right?
Girls in cars.
Yeah, girls in cars. I was good with that. But Darryl, JP, we had some other good people with us. Julia, I want to thank them.
DC crew.
The DC crew, yeah, they're from the DC. Definitely from DC, G Street, right?
We have a lot of names.
A lot of names right now. I know it was Carol. I just know it was Darryl. Carol and Darryl. Yeah. CD Enterprises. But these are the things, these are the people that I want to thank. And like I said, I'm not gonna make it, I don't have a lot to say, but I want to say thank you to the groups that was down with Idol Makers. And I want to say thank you to the universe, or the known universe as it's called in the record contracts, the known universe. This is the contract they make you sign right before they pull out the sandpaper condom. So you gotta understand, record labels are not your friend. So be careful. For all you inspiring artists out there, be careful. And they tell you, get a lawyer. Well, guess what? The lawyers are doing it too. So you gotta read, listen, and learn the music, okay?